Hey, what's up, y'all? Today we're going to be going over the top 10 things that were in homes in the 2000s that we just don't see today. The first thing is obviously blonde wood furniture. This was a trend transferred over from the 90s, but all of the furniture was this light wooden color, which I actually really liked, but now if you see it, it's just kind of ew and very outdated. Nowadays, people are into grays or solid black, but back in the day, if you went into anyone's home, it was always gonna be blonde. Next, we also have beaded curtains, which are very gorgeous. They would come in various beaded colors, such as purple or pink usually. There was also yellow and orange, but the only problem with that is if you have animals, they will rip it down, and so it's like, what's the point of having it anyway? Usually people with beaded curtains, we would have our doors open and just have the beads kind of do their thing, but now you definitely will not see these anymore. Along on that, we have inflatable furniture. Literally so gorgeous, so fun. They even back in the day used to have ones where you could plug in your iPod, but once again, it's not really great if you have dogs or cats because it will break, and over time it's just not really worth spending the money on because the air will just go out of it and you'll just be out of a chair. So it's not really sustainable furniture, obviously, but it was cute for teens and tweens back in the day, but you won't see it again. And now we have the kitchen decor. So Tuscan kitchens, apples. I don't know why it was such a big thing. I know in the 80s it was really big to have geese everywhere, but for some reason, apples were massively huge in the 2000s. I mean, wow. Even at Bath and Body Works, they would have so many soaps and things like Country Apple that were apple themed, but you could not go into anybody's kitchen in the 2000s without there being red apples everywhere. We have really big entertainment stands. This is something I'm so sad is dying. I would say that this started really in the 80s. I mean, everything was like chromed out, really nice, really high quality sound system so people could listen to their music. And now that does not exist. The TVs are very minimalistic. They're very small and thin. But back in the day, people had this really heavy furniture that would stand all the way up to the ceiling just to hold the TV. Because I mean, back in the day, you have to hold your DVDs, your DVD player. Some folks still had their VCR. So, I mean, you had to do it, but you definitely will not see that happening today. For the next one, I wanted to piggyback off of the Tuscan kitchen thing. Another thing is people were not playing about their bedroom decor back in the day, but even the guest rooms or adult rooms matched the Tuscan kitchen. There was a lot of browns everywhere, and the beds were absolutely massive. And I'm not talking about like a California king bed. I mean, any size mattress you had, it was paired with some really thick wood. The biggest one that sticks out for me is having a computer in the main area for the whole family to use. I don't know that that's a thing anymore because computers, you know, like desktop computers in the home is becoming less common. But back in the 2000s, when you wanted to get on Pop Tropica or play any games like that, girl, you had to go in the family room. Your parents need to see what you're doing. What? You don't get to have a camera in your room. You don't get to have a computer in your room. Absolutely not. That was monitored. Like, absolutely not. Up next, we have a white refrigerator, honey.
They have a white refrigerator. I was like, oh, not a white refrigerator. Girl, please put your shoes on. Let's go find you a home.
This is something that is just now starting to get like kind of cleaned out with chrome because it looks more minimalistic, futuristic, and just clean in general. But back in the day, everyone had a white refrigerator, and that was on period. Something else that you won't see nowadays is if you go into someone's home, you are not gonna see like Barbie plates or any of that, or McDonald's plates. Like back in the day, merchandising went crazy for kids and they had everything matching. There was like That's So Raven this, Hannah Montana that, but you will definitely not see the amount of merchandising and stuff like that matching now. I mean, I remember being a little kid and they would give us anything That's So Raven curtains. They would give us Barbie curtains, Barbie fork and knife, Barbie plate, Barbie cup. Like, it was crazy. Another thing that you will see if you walk up in somebody's house in the 2000s is you will see a house phone. There's no reason to have one now, of course, but back in the day, you had a certain privacy that we now do not have. If you had a cell phone, you know what I'm saying, and somebody wanted your number, you could just give them the house phone. Like, it's not too personal. here's my house phone. I can choose when to not answer it or not, but now we all have our cell phones and that's like the only way to communicate. But back in the day, it used to be so much more different. There was even times where people would have their own landline in their bedrooms as teenagers. I mean, it was crazy. Thank y'all so much for watching and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.